Now, filing your taxes is just as easy as shopping for groceries. Newsource reporter Bridget Anderson takes a look at the new tax services being offered in local Walmarts. Coffee fans in Atlanta will soon get an opportunity offered to only a few others in the nation. Starbucks is planning to serve beer and wine at 4 to 6 Metro Atlanta locations later this year. Athens is now known not just for college kids. The city topped the Forbes list for the 25 best places for a working retirement. While Athens is usually seen as a college town, major research universities are often a major source for jobs. The city was added to the list because of its relatively low unemployment rate, home price average, and favorable tax climate and weather. Campus Transit is ordering 4 new buses thanks to a $1.3 million federal earmark. Another contract with Canada-based Orion International will allow 8 more buses to be added to campus routes. With this addition, the university will be able to retire buses from the 1990s. The Diamond Dogs face Georgia Tech once again, but this time at Turner Field. The 10th annual Spring Baseball Classic for Kids is tonight at 7:05 p.m. The Bulldogs won the first meeting this season against the Yellow Jackets in Athens 7-1. The proceeds of tonight's game benefit Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Good evening, I'm here with your severe weather update. Now, a severe weather advisory has been issued for the Northeast Georgia region. Now, this does include Athens, Gainesville, Jefferson, Commerce, and many of the other cities and counties in the Northeast Georgia region. The main concern of these storms is quarter-sized hail, damaging winds, and cloud-to-ground lightning. So, please take the necessary precautions if you see this happening, and we will continue to tell you how this system and the system happening in Dallas right now will be affecting your weather. Back to you. Now, the severe weather update we told you about earlier is still in effect, but thankfully it was not nearly as bad as it was in Dallas earlier today. Tornadoes swept across Texas today, leaving severe damage across the state.
Reporter Mary Ashley Tucker found out how unemployment is affecting our community.
That's right. Nationwide, more people sought unemployment benefits last week than they had in a while. That actually pushed the number of applicants to the highest it's been in 2 months. However, after speaking to people in the Athens unemployment office today, Athens is being affected a little bit differently. Yes, now Residence Hall Building 1516, so new it doesn't even have a name yet, has been honored by the Student Housing Business Magazine for best use of green and sustainable construction. I got to find out today what exactly that award means. Small space, community bathroom, and limited privacy. This sounds like your typical dorm room. But Building 1516 stands apart because it was built with the environment in mind. The science behind the building aims to improve performance in keeping the environment safe. The building focuses on saving energy by automatically turning off the indoor air conditioning when a window is opened, having a cool roof and reflective concrete sidewalks to reduce energy costs, using recycled carpet, and reusing purified rain and drain water to use in toilets. Even these sinks contribute to the LEED certification of this building. These high-efficiency sinks actually reduce water usage by 30%. These are all factors that make a building LEED certified, and Building 1516 has gone for the gold. Even the paint, carpets, and sealants used to finish the building emit only low amounts of hazardous fumes. The building was the first of its kind to achieve LEED certification on campus, and Housing Director Jerry Kowalski thinks the newest residence hall was made in hopes of bettering UGA's future.
When you build a new building and it's going to be for 100 years, you want it to be something that students are going to be comfortable in for many generations and not for the first generation into the building. So for lots of those reasons, we're very excited about Building 1516, and our student response to it has been very positive.
Building 1516 has set the precedent for sustainability on UGA's campus, and once 2 other buildings on campus are certified, UGA will have a 500,000 square feet of documented LEED space. Now, Building 1516 has in fact achieved the gold level of LEED certification in addition to this newest award, and I know many students who are proud to live there. Students tend to this community garden to learn the environmental and nutritional benefits of growing your own produce. It's a simple enough idea. Teach students to grow their own food, and in the process, they learned how to protect and sustain their environment. Now, the plot of land on South Millage Avenue provides a solution for students trying to make their campus a little more green. The garden has grown into a home for fruits and vegetable plants, beehives, active composting programs, wood reclamation, a soon-to-be orchard, and even a tilapia farm demonstration. Students who work in the garden are welcome to take the food they work for, and the remains are donated to numerous food banks. The Office of Sustainability is also furthering the green movement. Zach Richardson is one of 6 students who has been granted a shared $20,000 to fund his project that will improve campus environmental practices. Zach will be using a herd of goats to remove invasive plants from an area of campus. In just a few weeks, right behind me, you will see the Tanyard Creek Chew Crew right here on campus, which will be a team of goats working to get rid of all these invasive plants so you can actually see the creek behind me. Zach hopes student volunteers will help his project grow and further his creative plan. He's also excited that his long-term goal has blossomed into a reality.
Yeah, I feel like the luckiest person to be able to herd goats on campus and then go to class and think about it later. But the fact that I have the opportunity to do that is pretty cool, that they're funding students that have these ideas to come into fruition and make a difference. It's pretty cool.
Zach and the other students involved are sowing today's Go Green seeds for future generations to reap the movement's benefits. And yes, Zach is looking for student volunteers, so if goat herding seems to be your calling, we'll have follow-up information on our Grady Newsource Facebook page. Back to you, Katie. Ever wonder where your phone came from? Or even how or from what it was made? The 4th annual Eco Focus Film Festival hopes to answer some of those questions and address other environmental issues. Cine Bar Cafe downtown will be hosting the festival that will feature award-winning screenings about environmental topics that people may not even know affect them.
And sometimes it's just a matter of raising awareness, and somebody might not have an immediate reaction to what they've seen, but maybe over time it sort of cultivates a different way of looking at things.
Tonight's showing of Blood in the Mobile hopes to do just that. Essentially a story about the love affair between us and our cell phones, the film hopes to inform the audience about how their everyday dependence may be affecting others across the world.
To sort of get people to recognize some of the relationships that they're carrying around in their pocket, so things like where are the products mined that they end up using. So thinking about those relationships.
Throughout the festival, viewers can learn about relationships between animals and the environment, the benefits of biking, and even the process of getting sushi on our menus. Now, the whole point of EcoFest is for viewers like us and people in the Athens area and on campus to be informed and possibly inspired by the causes they're seeing on the big screen. Oglethorpe Dining Hall is known on campus as a place to grab unlimited fried chicken and coffee, but you have to elbow your way to the front of the line to get there. The dining hall has the smallest space of all the on-campus eateries. UGA Food Services is working to make it bigger, so eating at O House is more comfortable.
Where you come into Oglethorpe Dining Commons on the right where there's tables and chairs, that's going to be a nice soft seating area. So you can come in the afternoon, sit down in a nice soft seat, get that raspberry mocha, study or visit with your friends. Again, to encourage students to use our dining commons as a gathering place.
How will they make it bigger? They're getting rid of the pool to provide seating for 250 more students. The expansion will mean newer dining options, including an extended Mexican concept and omelet line. A major component of the renovation is an advancement in student safety.
What we're going to do is that the parking area that's immediate in front of Oglethorpe Dining Commons is going to be made into a campus transit circle so that buses will no longer stop out on the street and block traffic and students are walking on the street. There's going to be a plaza there, so it's going to increase pedestrian safety and also allow students to get off the bus right at Oglethorpe Dining Commons.
With the renovation well underway, students can expect the new and improved O House to be completed by fall this year. With more space to eat and lounge, meal plan participants can comfortably let the big dog eat. A development coming soon to downtown Athens will be bringing new homes and shops for locals. Landmark Properties has planned to reconstruct almost 500,000 square feet to include 189 student apartments and retail space. Located just off Thomas Street, the new development is just on the outskirts of downtown, within walking distance of many local businesses. Some local business owners are welcoming the change, saying that more students living downtown will mean more foot traffic and a boost for the local economy. One Athens business owner says that students will be attracted to the new development's location.
Most students nowadays are looking for places that they can walk, get to, feel protected. What they feel like is the center of activity, which is obviously is downtown. You're a block and a half from downtown.
The apartment complex is not only in a great location, but also will solve the problem of where to park.
The other good side of it is that they will have a parking deck here. Part of the development will have parking for them.
Landmark Properties hopes to begin construction this summer and have rooms available by the 2013 school year. Now, after speaking to Mr. Nickerson today, he is excited for these changes, but is still searching for a new store location. So if you happen to have an extra 20 or 30,000 feet just laying around somewhere, feel free to give him a call. Live in Athens, I'm Mary Ashley Tucker, Grady Newsource. This may look like a lot of beer, but Terrapin Beer Company plans on making even more. In fact, quadruple this amount. What began in 2002 with only one award-winning beer now sits in a 35,000 square foot warehouse facility. Within this factory, you can find fermentation tanks, brew houses, and the finished boxed up product. The beer company, known by locals as a place to spend a sunny afternoon, is expanding their 25-barrel brew house to 100 barrels, which will produce 200 kegs of beer at one time. And it doesn't stop there. Now, the space you see behind me are all their fermentation tanks. Terrapin hopes to double the space and hopefully bring production up to 40,000 barrels. And with a larger workspace comes the need for more workers. Terrapin President John Cochran says that they will be hiring 4 or 5 more people in 2012, and long-term plan on doubling their employees within the next 5 years. And the expansion is not all that Cochran is excited about.
Unfortunately, with the capacity constraints that we've had because Hopscutioner has been growing so much, we've been making Hopscutioner and rye and haven't had the ability to make all the crazy beers that we've always done. So there's going to be a lot more of that coming out.
Right now, beers are aging in whiskey barrels, wine barrels, even barrels infused with cherries. With new space and more workers to lend a hand, Terrapin Beer Company is excited to show Athens and the Southeast exactly what they are capable of crafting. Thank you for tuning in to Grady Newsource. You can find more news, updates, and adorable elders at gradynewsource.uga.edu.